Some say, well, you guys already know who it is. It is your boy Randy D, and I'm back for more reactions. And man, if y'all are wrestling fans, we are 1 week away from the Royal Rumble. And y'all already know the Royal Rumble is like the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, because basically when the Royal Rumble happens, the road to WrestleMania is officially open. So I'm thinking about trying to do a reaction to the Royal Rumble next week. Maybe a live reaction. I do want to do a Royal Rumble reaction with some of the fam doing the reaction with me. But either way, the Royal Rumble is always a big prestigious type of pay-per-view when there are so many winners, and some of them just capitalize on their opportunity to win the world championship of their choice for WrestleMania. But sometimes there are some winners that just didn't feel right for any of the WWE fans. That's why we're going to take a look at the 10 most pointless Royal Rumble wins. So, the video is by WrestleLamia. Subscribe to their channel. Link to the video will be in the description down below. So, let's get into it.
Booking a Royal Rumble winner is one of the most important booking decisions of the calendar year. The Rumble winner must be a talent that WWE believe can main event WrestleMania and potentially win the world title on the grandest stage of them all. Over the years, WWE have booked numerous nonsensical Rumble winners. The Rumble winner in question was nonsensical as WWE never had any concrete plans to feature that specific wrestler in a major role, and it was a case of poor planning or poor foresight on the part of WWE. Additionally, there have been times where the winner of the match has been so underwhelming and predictable that the winner has greatly impacted the buzz and notoriety surrounding the celebrated matchup. Join us now as WrestleLamia looks at 10 WWE Rumble wins that were completely pointless.
Like I said again, subscribe to this channel.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, WrestleLamia.com. Number 10, John Cena, Royal Rumble 2013. When it comes to the Royal Rumble match, fans like to see an unpredictable Rumble, as a predictable Rumble traditionally leads to negative reviews and disappointment. In 2013, it was a foregone conclusion that John Cena was winning the match. It was heavily reported that Cena vs. The Rock 2 for the WWE title was the plan for WrestleMania 29.
Also, the commercial gave it away.
Rather lifeless, and Cena, as everyone predicted, won the match. Whilst the star power of Cena can never be denied, this was the perfect opportunity for WWE to make a new star. The world title match at WrestleMania 29 was still up in the air, and WWE had yet to lock down an opponent for Alberto Del Rio. Seeing a name such as Chris Jericho or Dolph Ziggler win the match would have been a huge surprise and would have changed the entire perception of the match. WWE would have then been able to book Cena to win the annual Elimination Chamber match to secure Cena vs. The Rock 2 for WrestleMania. Number 9, Asuka, Royal Rumble 2018.
Guys, I know, I just stopped in the middle of doing a reaction. But I'm going to say this right now. We are going to have a long talk about this person, and also about WrestleMania 34. So, back to the reaction.
The inaugural Women's Royal Rumble received critical acclaim, yet in hindsight, Asuka winning the match was completely pointless. Asuka was still undefeated with Challenge Charlotte at WrestleMania 34, and in one of the most controversial moments of the past decade, WWE would book Asuka to lose clean to Charlotte on the grandest stage. This felt like a huge slap in the face to everyone who had invested in her, and WWE had used Asuka's Rumble victory as a means to further elevate Charlotte come WrestleMania 34. Number 8, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Royal Rumble 1997. It's sometimes the case that WWE crowned the right winner of the Rumble, yet the follow-up to their win renders the victory completely obsolete. In 1997, WWE booked Stone Cold Steve Austin to win the Rumble matchup, and this was 100% the correct move.
Right.
Austin's work as a heel was tremendous, and he was slowly ascending to become one of the top stars in the entire wrestling industry. In a unique move, Austin never received his title shot at WrestleMania 13. Instead, he received it at In Your House, the Final Four. Due to the 97 Rumble ending in controversy, as Austin re-entered the match to eliminate Bret Hart in the final stages, as well as WWE Champion Shawn Michaels vacating the title, WWE decided to book an all-star Fatal 4-Way at the aforementioned Final Four event. Austin would take on Hart, Vader, and The Undertaker to crown a new champion, and the match would be won by Hart. Number 7, Alberto Del Rio, Royal Rumble 2011. During Alberto Del Rio's early days in WWE, they truly believed that Del Rio was going to be the next big thing in the company. Now granted, Del Rio was gifted in the ring, yet he never truly had a genuine connection with the audience. WWE would book Del Rio to win the 2011 Rumble, and this was a welcome change of pace as fans firmly believed that the win would go either to John Cena or Randy Orton. The problem with Del Rio winning was that WWE, and to an extent the WWE fans, were still on the fence regarding Del Rio being world champion. This therefore meant that when Del Rio challenged Edge for the world title in the opening match of WrestleMania 27, they booked Edge to defeat Del Rio, rendering Del Rio's win as a huge waste of everyone's time. At the time, WWE's decision to have the Rumble winner in the opening match of WrestleMania received vast criticism, as it was a clear sign that WWE didn't see much value in Del Rio vs Edge World Title Showdown. Number 6, Sheamus Royal Rumble 2012. Heading into the 2012 Rumble, most of the focus was on Chris Jericho. Jericho had just returned to the company, and fans were excited about the inevitable Jericho vs CM Punk collision at WrestleMania 28. Fans were firmly expecting Jericho to win the Rumble, yet when Sheamus pulled off the shocking victory, fans were stunned. Nobody saw this coming, and Sheamus wasn't even amongst the favourites to win the match, so WWE had gone for a completely unpredictable option. Similarly to Del Rio the year prior, Sheamus would challenge the world title in the opening contest of WrestleMania, and this was a match which lasted just 18 seconds. Sheamus would put the talented Daniel Bryan to win the world title, creating a memorable yet infamous moment. The problem with Sheamus' Rumble win and subsequent world title reign was that WWE were never committed to presenting Sheamus like an actual world champion. Sheamus wouldn't main event a single pay-per-view as world champion, and most of his feuds, particularly the one with Del Rio, lasted far too long and were often met with utter silence from the audience. Number 5, Charlotte Royal Rumble 2020. Booking a Royal Rumble based on backstage politics is always a recipe for disaster. Yeah, that's reportedly what happened in 2020. WWE were going to book Shayna Baszler to win the Women's Rumble, yet due to collective debt, WWE decided to give Charlotte the victory. Speaking on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer discussed why Charlotte won the match, and this is what she had to say. Shayna Baszler logically should have won to set up the Becky Lynch WrestleMania match, and that was scheduled to win. I get why they switched from Roman Reigns to Drew McIntyre. I know why they switched from Shayna Baszler to Charlotte Flair. I think it's just a collective debt, so to speak. Charlotte Flair has been promised things in the past, then had the rug pulled out of her, which is funny because the perception is the exact opposite. Charlotte would then go on to defeat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 36 for the NXT Women's title, and this was a title win and reign that nobody asked for, and Charlotte being associated with the NXT title was a move that ultimately did absolutely nothing for the status of the title. Number 4, Batista Royal Rumble 2014. When Batista returned to WWE in early 2014, the company had set creative plans in place for the WWE legend. Batista was going to win the Rumble and challenge Randy Orton for the WWE World title in the main event of WrestleMania 30. The problem was that fans had zero interest in seeing Batista in a stagnant and tiresome babyface role, and fans had firmly decided that they were going to stop at nothing until they made Daniel Bryan the number one guy in the company. This all led to one of the worst Rumbles of all time, and the match was received so poorly that it factored into WWE coming into the realization that Batista as a babyface simply wasn't going to work. Following his Rumble victory, Batista would keep his WrestleMania spot, yet Daniel Bryan would be added to the match in a welcome move. It goes without saying that Bryan should have won the 2014 Rumble, and the fact that WWE was so stubborn with Batista's babyface presentation was a testament to the problems in their creative department at the time. Number 3, Lex Luger, Royal Rumble 1994. The WWE were always hesitant to crown Lex Luger as their top babyface, and this was never more obvious than in the 94 Rumble. Luger was the logical favorite to win the match based on his prior on-screen presentation, yet fans had organically decided that Bret Hart was the guy to carry the company into a new era. In a move that has never since been replicated, WWE would book Luger and Hart to win the '94 Rumble match, and as a result, both men would challenge for the WWE title in two distinct singles matches at WrestleMania 10. Luger would fail in his attempt to become WWE Champion at WrestleMania, whilst Hart would be successful and would close out WrestleMania 10 as WWE Champion. Luger being a co-winner of the '94 Rumble was ultimately pointless, and it would have been easier if WWE gave the sole victory to Hart. Number 2, Ronda Rousey Royal Rumble 2022. On the surface, the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble felt like an unpredictable Rumble that anyone could have potentially won. However, when just before the show it leaked online that Ronda Rousey was returning in the match, it became inevitable that the baddest woman on the planet was winning the whole thing. Rousey's in-ring work in the match was lackluster, and it was hard to tell if she was supposed to be a babyface or a heel. Following Rousey's win, she would challenge Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 38, and the two would have a dull encounter, which Rousey surprisingly lost. WWE booked Rousey to win with any concrete creative plans in place, which was very frustrating as a viewer. If Rousey had returned during the build-up to the Rumble and explained her character motivations, then perhaps a win would have made sense. And number 1, Vince McMahon, Royal Rumble 1999. The 1999 Royal Rumble was predominantly built around a showdown between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon. The two entered into a match at number 1 and 2 respectively, and everything outside of any interactions between the two presented as inferior and irrelevant in the match. In a shocking turn of events, McMahon decided to book himself to win the match. He was a non-wrestler who had now won one of the most prestigious matches in WWE, and fans remained baffled as to why McMahon believed that this was actually a good idea. Thankfully, McMahon would never make it to WrestleMania 15, as Austin would eventually earn the spot to challenge The Rock, meaning that McMahon's Rumble win had no purpose other than to create a further obstacle for Austin on the road to WrestleMania. But there you have it, folks. 10 WWE.
Yeah. And just like I said, some of these Royal Rumble wins were pointless because of the creative decisions that Vince was booking. Now, if they really wanted Batista to actually win the Royal Rumble back in 2014, they could have had Batista just be a surprising and shockingly out of nowhere return, like just like how Cody did about 2 years ago at WrestleMania. They could have done that, kept the return secret very quiet, and just made it so unpredictable. Now the John Cena win the Royal Rumble thing, basically that Royal Rumble commercial had already gave it away that Cena was already winning. But also, just like I said in the middle of the reaction, we're gonna need to talk about WrestleMania 34, because basically it was a mess. Like, I mean, the Intercontinental Championship, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Rumble, what else? Oh yeah, Daniel Bryan coming back, and the Cruiserweight Championship. All those matches were good, but everything else, it was a booking disaster. Like, you had John Cena straight up had John Cena facing The Undertaker in a squash match, which was not good for the credibility of John Cena's character, but also The Undertaker as well. Then you did 2 tag team squash matches on both the New Day and also Casanova, aka Cesaro, and Sheamus. Now, they could just had Strowman actually just have some actual wrestler team up with him to win the tag team championships, but they had a referee's kid win the championship. And not mad at Nicholas, because right now he's part of WWE history, and that's that. The damage was already done. But however, you had the first WrestleMania to have two of the Royal Rumble winners lose at the show of shows. Y'all could have had one of the Royal Rumble winners win their respective matches, but instead of that, you did not do it the right way. And on top of that, y'all made Asuka look so bad. Y'all had her lose clean. Not only you had her lose clean, y'all destroyed the credibility of Asuka, aka Kana. And she was the first, and I mean the first inaugural women's winner of the Royal Rumble. And y'all just had her lose at WrestleMania like that. Like that is straight up the slap in the and not just only that, y'all had Shinsuke Nakamura facing AJ Styles in what was supposed to be a big WrestleMania WWE Championship match that could have been like a New Japan Pro Wrestling rematch. That could have been such a big thing. But instead of that, y'all had Shinsuke lose. Like, that wasn't just a slap in the face of Asuka. That was a slap to the face of Shinsuke, and also a slap to the face of multiple Japanese wrestlers who tried to work hard to become the biggest wrestler in the world, and being the biggest wrestler from Japan and trying to become the biggest wrestler in WWE. They could have pulled the trigger and made history right there at the Royal Rumble. But something told me that WrestleMania 34 was kind of a bad omen, because why would you have WrestleMania 34 go back to New Orleans after what happened that time 4 years ago? Because we already know that Dan Bryan with the Miracle on Bourbon Street, that was the biggest thing that happened, along with the debut of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But also, speaking of Battle Royals at WrestleMania, the Women's Royal Rumble, don't even get me started on that. I could have done a Mae Young type of Battle Royal, or even done the China Ninth Wonder Battle Royal in honor of China, since she was another trailblazer for women's wrestling, or even a launcher blaze, whichever wrestler that could have actually been an actual legend trailblazer in memorial in that women's battle royal at WrestleMania. But also, yeah, instead of having AJ and Shinsuke main event WrestleMania, y'all had Brock and Roman, two of the most hated guys for the Universal Championship. That was it was a disaster. And it is a good thing that we don't have to deal with any more of Vince McMahon's booking decisions, because the way how Triple H be cooking with these matches for pay-per-views, he's been putting it on the map. Now, I know I couldn't have been at SmackDown yesterday, but I have another favorite in the Royal Rumble, and he is the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Man, I already have a few favorites. One is CM Punk, one is Drew McIntyre, and you guys can't see the glass in front of me. Y'all already know what I'm going for. But either way, guys, post your comments down below to tell me what y'all think were one of the most pointless Royal Rumble wins of all time. Make sure to subscribe to WrestleMania. Make sure to also like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Follow your boy on X, Instagram, and on Threads at Diesel687. Share with your friends. Hit the bell so you never miss another Diesel reaction video. And follow me on Twitch at DieselGaming687. Or subscribe to my backup/gaming channel. But either way, next week, I will try to do a reaction to the 2024 Royal Rumble. I will try, guys. So to then, this is your boy Randy D, and this is Diesel Reactions.